My mic is on. And yeah, will like my own live. I think that's important to like yourself. And I don't blame anybody for not showing up because I haven't been showing up, you know? Oh, am I on? Okay, gotta scoot over. This is where I set up today. We need a new washer machine. Our washer sounds like that when it spins. It's not normal. So I think I'm buying an air conditioner today. Hello, Calamity Jane. Listen, I know I've been incognito. So I just told her I don't blame anybody for not showing up. But I'm going to get back to it. No excuse other than the fact that it's so hot. I can only work for like maybe an hour in the morning, an hour at night. And me and girl just been trying to keep this house together and people fed and clothes washed. And I had to move my air conditioner out of my room and bring it in here to the living room so that I have two air conditioners here in my workspace, right? So I will not get heat rash under my boobs just for cooking dinner. And that is where I'm at, living with this heat. And it won't rain, Jane. It will not rain. Right. And Larry did well. Larry made good video. Well, I did my soap unboxing, which I have no choice but to leave it in here where it's the coolest because my room is where I was storing my soap. I took my air conditioner out of there. So I have a big nice couch. So I've been sleeping in here. That's how I'm living. We don't have central heat. I've got a 220 in this wall. I got a 110 in there in that room, and well, I did have a 110 in my bedroom. Girl's got one in her bedroom. That's how we keep all the doors shut. To the rooms, and that's how we live. We're going to do some more wood chip tomorrow. Finish up our wood chip project. So, keeping the weeds down back there in the walkways. And I've been working out in the front yard. I've got weeds taller than some of my pepper plants, Jane. Hello, heart. Let me just move my little laptop. Act like I can't move it. Listening while driving. Declutter the house. Yes. Well, in the springtime, when I'm working out in the garden so much, my house begins its clutterization until summer. I feel like this heat wave is new spring cleaning time. But also, we're about to have to get our fall starts ready. And I was just looking at my seeds, spring and summer. I'm bad about taking all my seeds out and not putting them back in my handy little things where they go, right? So I've got piles of seeds I need to go through. It's ridiculous. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do I do it to myself? That's my problem. Maybe not y'all's. Yeah, I was going to maybe bring the seeds out here and play with them and look at trying to figure out what I need for fall. I didn't want to stress any of y'all out with that. Just seeing them stressed me out. I said, Lord, help me. Let me get away. Want to see what I got? Oh, that's sad. This is what I got Saturday when I was cooking dinner and getting heat rash. I'm going to go get some aloe. How much do you hate to be burned? I'll tell you what. Just dripped down my arm. There we go. Yes, send me that address. I'll send you a bar of soap or two. Of course, you can't use this soap for a couple of weeks, but I got a bar of the first soap still that you can have. And yeah, oh, by the end of July, I think the first loaf bar that we did should be ready to cut. So that'll be fun too. Uh, Mainly for now, I just want to get good at making it, get good at getting it to come out of the molds. I don't want to do it upside down anymore. I was wondering if there's some kind of a pry bar, like a almost like a tweezers, but not, that you could like help with the situation, or maybe some device you set it on and it helps push it out of the mold from this way. Anyway, I just got to get better at it. I have sent you something. It should arrive Sunday. Hey guys, I found a watermelon outside yesterday, and I tell you, I was a little afraid I messed the vine up, so I went ahead and just cut it, and I took it in the house. And I don't know how you're supposed to tell when a watermelon is ready. I have never really grown them successfully. It was a black diamond, one of those dark green ones. So I brought it in, and I mean, it had probably about 2 weeks left. But I got some seeds I saved out of it that looked like they were mature. Yes, please hit the like. I have followed, I've set the example because I myself hit the like. I was wondering, do you guys like your own lives? I think we should. Like that live. So yeah, gonna spread some. Oh, okay. So Larry and them did the math. They've been working out of town in Arkansas for 4 months. Man, I mean, and like this time, the only thing I asked him to do this weekend was to water the garden, right? And I didn't think no more about it. And he went and played with his forge. He was making stuff, He had like a day off weekend. But I went out to the garden Monday to go do my weeding, my hour. And I mean, it looked sad out there. And I asked him, "Did you water perchance?" And he said, "My God, I forgot." I said, "Listen, it's all right. But man, it's like we're starting to miss you around here. And him and his supervisor had a word with their supervisor and said, "We need a break. We need to be working close to home for a little while." So hopefully that's happening next week. But, he'll go and work every day, but he'll come home every day too. The only time he gets home cooked meals is leftovers I send with him, and then when he comes home on the weekends. And then we got to wash his clothes and send him back to work. I mean, I like my own videos. I told y'all it's funny. I got a kick out of it. I was like, let me hit the like. Let me hit that like. By the way, I don't know if y'all like King of the Hill, but I've been watching some TV. But they got a new season of King of the Hill out, and it's so good. Oh, Peggy Hill goes to menopausing and making poor Hank's life a living HELL. And he goes over state lines to New Mexico, I believe. They live in Texas, and got her some, what? Devil's lettuce. And took it back to her. And right at the end of the episode, Peggy and Min and Nancy were all doing it right up there in the alley. They said Hank had good, you know what? It lit me up. Hello, Chris. How you doing? How are you doing, Chris? Want to see my soap, Chris? From Kirsty's little mold she got me. It's getting a little dusty sitting in here. It says goat's milk, and it is goat's milk. And then I like this one too. But this one actually looks like Belle, one of her babies, and then right here, that's Billie Jean right over there. Okay. And then girl likes the molds that have the little flowers. And when I saw the ad for this one, I was like, man, that looks like cake. So I'm a cake kind of girl. Spoke to me. And I didn't unmold them very well, so that's probably why the flowers look a little wonky. But and Chris, they smell like lavender. You like lavender, Chris? And not overpowering, but you can smell it. Yes, it is mine. I still only see one like. Is that all there is? Listen, I don't trust this computer anyway. Listen, I'm just glad y'all came to see me. I know I have been erratic. I know I usually go live a couple times a week, and then we do our Saturday business. And I'm telling you, man, I'm barely getting through the summer. Just am. It's depressing. All I can do is water, pull a few weeds, and go right back in the house. And I'm telling you, it's hard to water this whole thing. Me and girl got to do it tonight. Water for like 25 minutes. Like I have a little like sprinkler type situation that we just move around. I use a ladder because it makes it go better. And yeah, we just have to move it around and get everything. I think it takes about an hour in the back, an hour out front. And you know how fun it is to pull a water hose around, you know. And we got those water hoses where if you just hold your mouth a certain way, they kind of kink up. That little dog. Let me get that. Are you going to get it? Oh, sorry. Come on. See, yes, I picked my watermelon too soon, but that vine is everywhere out there. And I made super sure I didn't see any other melon. I probably just killed my one. The only watermelon. The last. The one and only watermelon. Poor thing, man. Well, I gave it to the chickens. They got a nice treat on a hot day. Hello, cruising anytime. Me and girl like to go cruising anytime we can. Although, when we got a black car, we don't tend to roll around in the middle of the day. Black car is the hottest car you can have. It's 120 degrees when you get in that thing. It hasn't been cooled off first. And, I like to take my dogs for a cruise every once in a while, but when it's that hot, I just leave them at home. They don't need that. Hopefully, we're going to make some more soap soon. I get that air conditioner and get my little soap curing stations set back up. It's got to be cool where you cure your soap, and it needs to be dark. In my room, I have pretty good curtains in there, and it's under the shade of an oak tree. So with the air conditioner going, it is cold in there. It's like I was telling my husband, I can go in my room and be cold all day, but like I have to like live in the house and work. You know what I mean? It makes me feel like crap when I'm hot all the time and I'm not getting anything done. So I brought my air conditioner out, and I've been living pretty good in here ever since. There's no more heat rash when I'm cooking. That's ridiculous. I'm a delicate woman, I guess, and I got to live accordingly. You just be quiet with your smart mouth, I see, starting up back there. Thank you for hitting that like, Kenneth. Chris. Saturday, and I've yet to make the thumbnail, but I'm going to, Kirsty. Saturday, I believe at noon my time, which will be 6 p.m. Kirsty's time. Me and Larry and Dean and Kirsty are going to play Cards Against Humanity. They've got their own set, and we've got our own set, and I don't know exactly how we're going to go about it, but we're going to do it. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a laugh a minute. That's what I figure. Yes. Like I said, some of the trash TV I watched, I caught an episode of the Kardashians, and they were all playing together. And I got kind of an idea of how they were playing it anyway. I don't know if it's how you're supposed to play it, but like I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I laughed watching them laugh, I'll tell you. And Dean's funny anyway. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Do you sell your? I don't sell it yet, Kenneth. Like I want to know how to make it good first. I don't want anybody telling me I peeled their skin off or anything like that. You know. I figure that's smart. And you know, we're using a bar in the bathtub right now. You know, to make sure how it wears out. It doesn't melt super fast. Like, you know, we've had one bar in there for like a week or two now, so that's good. You know what I mean? You want it to be economical, right? You don't want it to just melt right down the drain, I figure. You see what I'm saying? That means I must be curing it semi right. Hello, Minty Cactus. Yep. Talking to hit that like button. And I asked everybody, Minty, I'm going to ask you when you go live, do you hit your own like button? Because it tickled me pink that I could over here on the computer. Like, I'm going to hit that like. I was the first like. Figure after that, maybe it's contagious. But yeah, I'm talking about my soap. How I'm not going to sell it. I might give some away, but I want to make sure I make a good, consistent product that nobody's skin's going to get peeled off, you know. And this one turned out pretty lovely. We think so. And we've been using a bar in our shower bathtub area for about 2 weeks now, and it's about halfway wore down or so. So, I mean, I feel like that lasts pretty good while. It's not just going right down the drain when you use it, you know. It doesn't make you over greasy, but I feel hydrated. Yeah, I think so. Hit your own like button. If you don't love yourself, who else will, right? What does RuPaul say? You can't love yourself? How the hell are you going to love anybody else? Can I get an amen? Well, the name of my soap is going to be Goat Sass. Goat Sass, like sassy goat, or goat's ass. Because, you know, like you're smelling like a goat's. I can't say that word anymore because I've already done it 3 times. You know, back in the day before my grandma talked me into watching the soap operas with her, then I got invested in the story. Back in the day, though, when Price is Right went off, I knew it was time for me to go outside. Because then, well, back in the day, Young and the Restless came on after Price is Right. And I think that's what's on right now. Go Sass. Don't tell anybody, Jane. They're going to steal it from us. Don't tell anybody my name. Yeah, it's barely morning here. I didn't get up till 8 this morning, but that's because I had a nap yesterday and I stayed up till like 1 in the morning last night watching TV. Hey, I watched the old Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Darcy. 5:20 p.m. here. Here, do you hear the washer? So the car gets paid off in October, I think. Surely by November. As soon as the car gets paid off, we really need to buy a washer machine. Do you hear it? It spins out. It sounds like that every time. I don't care how well you load it. There's something wrong with my washer. And I am praying to the washer God, please, just let that thing limp on down to October, July, August, September, October. Man, I don't know. That's 3 months. Kirsty, do you have a washer machine? Or I imagine you just wash them by hand. Do you have like, I wouldn't mind having one of those old rolly outer thingies with the tub on it, man. I'd go do that right now rather than hear that thing going like that. I know you don't have a dishwasher. I don't have a dishwasher. Oh, look, that's not, it is a timer. Okay. All right. You know what it is? I'm trying to dry my little butterfly peas. Yeah. So I got some of those blue butterfly pea seeds. Of course, some of them aren't blue. Some of them are white and like a light purple. And those vines have started to flower for me now. So you have to go out and check them every day. You wait for them to flower in the heat of the day, and you pick off the flower, and then you dry them for your tea. Lord have mercy! If y'all could see what I was seeing off camera. Anyway, my child is over there getting dressed. So anyway, I gotta go over there and pick my blue butterfly peas every day. That's exciting. They're pretty, and it's sort of sad because they're really pretty, and one would like to just see them all over the bush, right? But and that tea is supposed to be or I think it's basically tasteless. Like you just make lemonade with it, or you just drink it. But it's supposed to lower blood pressure naturally. Yes, Kirsty. I remember this contraption because my uncle Jimmy, Grandma used to have it still when I was little, and she said, "Don't stick your arm up in that," because apparently my uncle Jimmy did when she was wringing out her clothes. It was like this two roller thingy with like a handle, and like you'd wash your stuff down below, then you'd drain it, you'd put fresh water in to rinse it, and then you'd go up top and like wring them out with that, right? Nikki regained her sight. You watch those. Listen, every time I sit down and watch them, it's like, enough of the old storylines are there. I could watch for a week or two and then just be hooked again. I swear to you, Chris. I watch soap operas. I don't even have a place for a clothesline. I'd have to have my clothesline right in the middle of my garden, Kirsty. I appreciate y'all coming by today. And it's kind of hard to go live after you haven't been doing it in a minute. I don't know if you're just ashamed or like you get like your stage fright all over again. Yeah. But I'm alive. I'm alive, and my garden's alive. Although it was really close call when we didn't get watered this weekend. And I have been watering every other day to every 3 days here, depending. Well, you have a good day at work, Minty Cactus, and have some good food. Nurse that body. We had panko crusted chicken breast sandwiches last night. They were really good, guys. I got a knack with that panko. So I'm thinking we're just going to have leftovers of that so I don't have to cook. We'll see how that works. I've made a vow with myself to do that dang laundry today. You have the best day, Minty Cactus. Girl's got to go to work at noon. That's why she's over here getting dressed. Must be the time to go to work. And, oh man, girl had a freezer go out at work. So they had to get rid of a lot of stuff yesterday. Oh, let me tell you a funny story. I go out yesterday to give, I got the seeds out of that watermelon. Took a bite or two to see that it was underripe, and it sure was. And I threw the first set to the chickens right out here, and I look over at the shed, and the bottom of my shed has like this much water in the bottom of it. And I'm trying to think, like, what in the world's going on here? Why is there water in my shed? And I had asked Girl, did you turn the water off? And she said yes. She had not turned the water off. That happens sometimes around here. That happens on a farm. You watch. If people don't tell stories, they're lying. I'm telling you. So yeah, I look over by the silky pen, and there was the water hose. Sure enough, it was just going to beat. And I went and turned it off. And I called Larry. I was like, please tell me, where's your welder and stuff? Is it in the house? Yes. Okay. Because I got to feed in tubs. So I am sure something out there that shouldn't have been wet got wet, but like it ain't to feed and it ain't nothing electrical. So I mean, what was I gonna do? It'll go down. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. That's water down the drain, isn't it, Kirsty? Money down the drain. But man, I was sitting there and I was, how things just don't sit into you sometimes. I'm looking at the shed. I'm looking. There's no water on the ground anywhere else. It was amazing how it just ran right down the fence line and headed for the shed. I mean, I don't know. It was wild. It was wild. Hello, Karen. You ever leave the water on by accident, Karen, and flood your property? Let me know below. Oh, and last week we paid, see, our electric bill has our water and trash pickup on it. So that's a big bill to pay. It's just as much as our house payment. So oh, your kitchen sink? Oh, Karen. Well, Karen, I went out and I went to take a piece of watermelon to my chickens. I look over my shed and there's like water in it. The ground's not dry. Like, how? I don't have any water to my shed. But it all came back down to Girl. Girl left the water on. So I went out there 2 hours later. So that's when I caught it. It ran for 2 hours. I'm just glad I caught it because it could have went all day. And it's all because I found a watermelon I didn't know I had out there in the garden. And I went to pick it. And it wasn't quite ripe. So I had to take it to the chickens. And then I saw the... I tell you what, that shed is watertight. I don't understand it. Because I've showed you the shed before. It's a leaning, like the wood of it is like this, but it does have a concrete floor. I must have some kind of lip around it. Girl said it's good foundation. Well, it may not be now. If that's the worst thing that happens to us this week, we'll be doing good, Karen. Karen, you see our latest round of soap? I was telling them I usually take this to my bedroom and I cure it in there. I got a little rack. But it's so hot in my house and I only have, window units. So I took my window unit out of my room and I brought it in here to help keep my main part of the house so I can function. And I've been sleeping on the couch. But I'm buying another air conditioner today. So I will be going back to bed. I'm ready. But yeah. I melted down cooking dinner in my house Saturday night and I never got cooled back down. I was hot the rest of the night, guys. I took 2 cold baths. I'm in menopause too with Peggy Hill. I relate. Anybody that says hot flashes are not real, don't come talking to me because I know what a hot flash is and I have them. And they are real. I'm glad I got into. And like I said, if I hadn't picked that watermelon too soon, I would have had no reason to go back there. So it was like meant to be. Goat milk soap with lavender. And then this one, because it has, and listen, the cookies that were on the mixer, that happened the first time we made soap. It didn't happen the second time. So this little dark spot in this cannot be cookies. I don't know what it is, but it's something. I can't wait to, like, when we slice this, I'll be dissecting that little spot. I see nothing else like on it. It's just that one little place. It's got a little dark spot. Hi, Grant. How are you, Grant? I haven't been on the streets lately. I've sent my husband to do some dirty work. I am happy he's making videos. And we're going to change the foraging to foraging. I'm going to take that little A out. Isn't that clever? I've been waiting for it. Do you know? I think he's really into it this time. He's really on he's got more toys to play with for it, and he's got so much metal to play with now. And if you haven't checked it out, he did a Bowie knife blank out of a leaf spring for I want to say it was not a 64 Impala, but I think it was an Impala of some kind. Anyway, he cut a leaf spring in half and then made his Bowie. I want it to be called the David Bowie knife, Bowie, whatever. So that'd be fun. I'd go get it, but I don't know where it is. I want y'all to know, Larry asked me because I told him I want to get back on my live train next Wednesday. So Larry asked me on the phone last night, "Did you do your live today on your Wednesday live?" And I was like, "I would have, only it's Tuesday," and that got his goat. I would have, only it's Tuesday. I don't know what else to really tell y'all. I didn't come at you with a big agenda today. I just thought I'd come on and say hi and whine about the weather. But another day or two, and this heat dome is moving one way or the other. I haven't paid much attention to the weather since it doesn't have good news for me for a few days. But, I mean, I have. Well, the soaps don't take long to make at all. The longest part of making your soap It's just melting your fats. You got to have those at a specific temperature. And when you make your lye, when you mix it with your water, that makes lye and water get really hot, about 200 degrees. And you have to let that cool to 120. But this time I used an ice bath to gently swirl my mixture, and it cooled it really nicely. So I'd say an hour or two tops, and your soap is made, mixed, and pourable into your molds, right? But you're not supposed to use it right away because there's a process that happens. First of all, you need to insulate it after you've poured it, and you let that set for a day or so because you want it to really, because it's still kind of warm inside there, and there's a process that's happening, and you want to allow that to happen. And then you, like, I didn't unmold for almost a week. I waited a week this time to unmold. And when you unmold, then you go to your dark room area. I think I'm telling this all right. You have it cold in there, and then it needs to cure. Like this needs to cure for about a month, right? Then you can cut it up into bars, or some people actually carve this out and make it beautiful. I don't think I'm going to be that person, but some people do that. And these, though, you can have these cured, I say, within 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like if this takes a whole month, or they say 6 weeks, these cure a lot faster. And part of the reason also that you want it to cure is so it will last for you longer. You know what I'm saying? And this is all I know right now about it. So yeah, you can make your soap quick, but it needs to cure for anywhere from a few weeks to 6 weeks, depending on your size of your bars. So like if you're gonna sell it, you need to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Depending on how much, hey, don't mess it up. What are you doing? She's giving me a heart attack. What are you doing? Get away from the device. Anyway, yeah, you'd want to line it up. Probably make a batch every week, depending on how much you sold. And this is a half batch, by the way, that we've been making. We still have never made the full batch for my recipe. And there are many recipes. There's many different ways, different fats you can use, and you can. Hey, you got to shut the door, Maynard. Okay, since you just heard my front door shut, and I didn't slam it, by the way, it's just hard to shut. So you see how that front door makes a specific noise when it's shut? I was taking a bath. You didn't shut the door. Anyway, I had taken a bath, and Larry had went to go get feed. I think it was Saturday. I heard that front door open and shut. And I hollered, did you forget something? I thought it was Larry. And then after that, I got panicked and I started hollering and I got no answer. But my dog came in there and acted like I was crazy. So I don't know if I just heard something and I thought it sounded like that door, or if maybe somebody came in and like, I don't know. But I got really scared. Yeah, the ones I made this time are all lavender. The first time I used that Lang Lang stuff, it's spelled Ylang, but I looked up the pronunciation and it says Lang Lang, and that's a really like an oriental kind of smell. I really like it. But this one it was scary, Karen. I called Haley, like, did you come home from work? Did you? And she said no. But like nothing was taken, and the dogs really didn't bark. So I don't know. I got scared because that door sounds the way it sounds. You know what I mean? I didn't see anything knocked down or anything like that might have made that noise. And I told Larry, well, that's it. I'm gonna lock the damn doors when I take a bath from now on if there's no one here. Take a he said, we listened to this comedian a long time ago that said he had a weird baby head mask, and that if anybody ever broke into his house at night, that is what he sleeps naked, and he has a sword. So he said that he would just run through the house wearing that baby mask, naked, swinging that sword around. And he had said because he liked his wife and dogs alive and unraped. So he said, "Do you want me to make you a sword?" And I thought that was pretty funny. Take me a sword to the bathroom, take myself a bath. What? I was quoting a comedian. Well, I apologize for using the R word. My daughter's in there. My daughter's shaming me for talking to you guys. My dog. Is that what are you doing back there? You gotta leave pretty soon, you know. And the time is going so slow. Oh, I can quit looking through the ditches of Oklahoma because Larry found ditches. Larry found me some mullein seeds from a mullein plant. He said it was growing by the creek bank. Yeah. Hello, traveling gypsy. Traveling gypsy. So I'll be planting this mullein. I'll look up when I need to plant it. I need to put them up and label them or I'm going to lose them. The first time we grew mullein was in college. Well, we didn't really grow it. We found it. We found it in the woods and brought it to the garden, you know. And then the next year, it grew that thing that mullein grows. And our neighbor came over and said, "What is that?" We told her what it was. I just slipped on something and about busted my butt. Anyway, she said, "That looks like a penis." Did you spill oil on the floor? Oh my God. I almost did the splits. Anyway. All right, I'm going to go. Oh, Mullen? Is that how you say it? Why am I saying it wrong? Mullein. Oh, you had a volunteer? Listen, the birds bring me stuff all the time. A lot of thistles, a lot of weird vine stuff, but they just don't bring me any mullein. Mullen. Listen, though, we had that Mark Wayne Mullen guy here. I don't like to say Mullen. Let's just change it to Mullein. I think I've brought all my tricks out and I've told you everything. I got plans, you know, finishing the wood chips, getting another load tomorrow. We really need to get another 2 loads to be all caught up because we could use some more in the animal pens again. Oh, uh, where Billie Jean was, you know, that area is empty now. There's some wood. There's some branches we got to get cleaned up in there. But we're gonna seed that up for an area to graze the goats. Like once a week or so. If if we can do that and still keep the grass. I don't know what the fine line of can they graze, and also you don't want them to graze too much grass and stuff, right? But it'd be nice for the milk goats to have access to that a little bit. And along with the amaranth and stuff, I'm hoping like to plant some stuff in there that's stuff we could grow to supplement food. Yeah. Really, I mean, we could use just more where we've already laid them, Indiana, and of course raking them out and making it look nice. But then we've got that one little area around the okra bed back in there. Yes. And the front yard looks really good. Y'all saw that on the tour. The front yard looks it looks nice. Well, that the front yard is also though where the peppers are right now being swallowed up by weeds. One of them got stepped on. That's closest to the walkway. I was like, see, that can't stand. I'll tell you what, it'd be nice to have a wood chipper on a farm. They're expensive things, but it'd be nice to have one, wouldn't it? I mean, especially, if you had any sort of property and, I've seen Karen keeps losing trees and limbs and stuff. Like, she could just be making her wood chip. Brr, brr. Meet you somebody with a wood chipper, Karen. And this is about the time every week where I start going and watching y'all's playlists and stuff, and I'll get on it and looking looking like we're gonna come out of the 1600 watch hour thing ourselves and get on into the 1700s. Just keeps on dribbling on up there, lurking and working. That's good. And that's what I do when I come and watch y'all. I got it playing. I come and I comment, but I'm usually up doing something. Like right now, the laundry needs to be done. A lot of laundry in there. Girl cleaned her room. Girl cleans her room. There's a lot of laundry comes out of there, and she changed her bed. So I mean, and that washer stresses me out. How many times is it going to bang, 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 spin like that before it just bang, 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 and doesn't ever spin again? You know what I mean? Lurking and working. 11:46. I'll play a little guitar for you while you're lurking and working. I won't sing anything. It may not be perfectly tuned. It's not tuned. That's for Minty Cactus because when we were watching Dean and Kirsty live when it was his birthday, I kept mentioning a specific song, Kirsty, about whiskey. And Minty Cactus piped up and said she loved that song. And I said, we do too. And so I learned that song. And I will be doing it at some point. That's how much we love you, Minty Cactus and Kirsty. You carry on into our real lives. Yes, 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 music notes. Listen, that thing is out of tune. Could you hear it? I can hear it. And usually, like, I can forgive, like, a little out of tunage, but, like, that was really bad. He hasn't been tuned in a minute. That song is really fun to play. It's pretty. You're Karen's tone deaf. That's why you like the way I sing, Karen. That's awesome. Oh yeah, just tone deaf. Listen, Larry is kind of. He's been taught, like, I've taught him music, Larry. So, like, you can teach yourself to hear stuff better. You know what I mean? Although I do swear that some people just don't have it, and that's okay. Like, I can't do algebra, right? Not that I'm a great musician, but I'm just saying. Like, there's things I can do, there's things I cannot do. I'm letting my dogs kind of, it's not that hot outside right now yet. And they're acting like it's killing them. You know what I mean? Do you hear them? I appreciate y'all coming so hard. I'm just trying to creep on up to that 12 o'clock mark. To say I came for an hour. I like to have an agenda when I do these things. You know what I mean? There's really not nothing going on here to talk about. Like, really, why I'm not going live? I can barely stay out there for an hour, guys, and pull some weed. You know what I mean? I worked like 40 minutes yesterday and found that watermelon, and I guess that was just the breaking point for me. So I came in the house and did all that. I thank God, because, like I said, it was meant to be. Because there was a great flood out back that I had to go find. You know what I mean? It's how my life goes. To the moon last night. Did anybody see the moon last night? Oh, I could show you a picture of that watermelon, only it's on my phone. It is fun to hang out sometimes. It is. It is. But also, I feel bad that I haven't been doing my YouTubely duties. I feel bad my husband's not here more. Because we've been getting along pretty good, him and I, lately. I've only seen him 2 days a week for 4 damn months. It was storming. Oh, Karen, I wish it would rain here. So hard. No, I wish it hard. I don't want it to rain hard. Let me clarify that. I've been seeing on the news that there's been tornadoes in really strange places lately. Like, was there a tornado in Wisconsin, Karen? Where's Wisconsin to you? Oh my gosh. Let me tell you. I got to tell you this. I haven't brought it up before. But, like, I haven't. Have you guys been eating salad lately? Or going to Taco Bell? Because, the damn lettuce has been running through the nation, causing whatever, the cytosplerosis or whatever, explosive diarrhea. Like, I haven't gotten sick because I don't buy that crap, y'all. But, like, do you remember when I told y'all, hashtag grow your own salad? And I told you the stories about the poison food and about how, usually these outbreaks are localized. It's only here or there or whatever. And they don't make a big deal about it. So a lot of people don't hear about it. But, like, this one was like, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was getting the diarrheas. You know what I mean? So I just want to point that out. And it probably won't change anything. I don't know anything about, like, what sources was doing it and whatever. There are ways to make sure your produce is more clean. You can wash them in specific ways. Like, do not ever buy a head of cabbage or a head of iceberg lettuce or romaine for that matter. Do not buy it, wash it, and then think you can just go ahead and cut on through there. Because no, because every layer of that cabbage and that, because you gardeners, you guys know the way they grow, they can trap dirt inside them. So, like, and then when you're cutting through, you're just spreading it through the whole product. Whereas my house, like if it was my garden, like I wouldn't worry about how I cut up that cabbage and that lettuce because like I know how I've grown it, right? Mm. You're not supposed to assume all your food is dirty. It should be mostly clean. Anyway, that's my bandwagon. Get off of it, whatever. It's my speech for the day. The documentary that opened my eyes about produce at the store because man, my favorite aisle was just to go to the produce aisle. I'll buy everything I couldn't grow there. You know what I'm saying? Now it scares crap out of me. Are you talking about the diarrhea hitting in Maryland and Delaware or the storms? Because yes, Delaware, I heard about Delaware getting hit by some storms or somewhere. Snack house, my favorite. LOL. And you know, I've yet to get my little hydroponic going, guys. So I'm vowing that I'm going to go get some pods and get it filled up with water, get it fertilized, and start growing my lettuce. Because, you know, taco night's really sad if you can't have some kind of lettuce up on your business. It's still too hot to really grow that stuff here. But speaking of growing stuff, I said this earlier, you know, it's about time for us people to be starting about your winter seeds, your fall crops. I was, like I said, I was going to get my seeds out. No, I'm not showing that to my friends. They don't need that stress. I had them all organized until this growing season started, and then they've just been running amok ever since. In fact, two of my cucumber packets got spilled, so now they are either this packet or this packet. But you know what I'm saying? They're all together. Mm-mm-mm. We are messes here. We leave water on, and we don't organize our seeds. 6 more raised beds. Fall planting. Yes. Like, okay. Karen, then find out your first frost in the fall, okay? And then you count backward like 8 weeks. And that's when you're supposed to start your fall seeds. Something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, you probably want to like add a couple of weeks for germination or something. And then like fall crops can take a light frost, right? But you'll probably want like a light cover for them just the same. And you're good to go. So your first frost won't be when my first frost is, you know. You know how that all goes. You live up there where you get nor'easters, so beyond what I just told you, I do not know nothing about your area. Do you know what I mean? Big snow scares me. Yes. We basically kind of me and girl got snowed in there in Colorado one winter. Like we could go out the back door, but our porch was raised and it had drifted and piled and it completely covered our front porch. We went out and knocked a window out of the porch rail. It was amazing. It was gross, is what it was. I never want to live in this crap ever again. Colorado's beautiful, love it. But I can't overwinter there. And then wouldn't that be nice if I was rich? I could go and spend my summers in Colorado and just live in the mountains. Go up to Cripple Creek for 4th of July where it's 70 degrees. And then come back down here in Oklahoma for the winter. Or why, I don't know. So they won't snow very much here, that's why. I'll be, what do they call them things? A snowbird. Little Anne Murray song. I love y'all. I about made it to my hour. I know I started like a minute or two early. Look, News at Noon is on. I don't think my computer clock is quite right. I would stay in my garden all day. Not when it's 100 degrees, though. See, that's when you need a nice climate controlled, like, we was rich. We'd have one of those atriums or whatever with a garden in it. That's what we'd have. We'd have a garden in the middle of our house. That's what we'd have. Maybe some birds flying around up in there if we chose. Man, we need to have more of these We Was Rich stories. Oh my God, the stories I could tell you. Girl would have a camel. Girl has said one day you will see her ride down the street on a camel and you will know she made it. She wants to ride a camel. She wants a camel. She's been trying to tell me we could milk the camels. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if she's being gross. But that's the last story I'm going to tell. Isn't there a song about making me want to walk like a camel? Oh, do you hear that? Tornado sirens are going off, guys. Don't worry, there's not a storm. They just like to test them every week. Do you remember when the weather was cooler, I was going live at noon on Wednesdays, and I stopped doing that because every time I did, the siren would go off. So I'm gonna shut y'all off. I'm gonna turn y'all off now. You hear? I appreciate y'all coming. I love y'all. Bye. I'll let the dogs in.